Okay, first of all, rub down, and this has already been done, but use a Scotch Guard pad just to rub down that surface. Make sure you get out any imperfections that you don't want showing up, and it also creates a rough surface for the paint to bond to. Next up, use any sort of panel prep degreaser type spray. Just give that a wipe over to remove any previous signs of any oils, any grease, etc. Give that a spray over. And wipe that down. So that should now be totally grease free, ready for paint. One thing to notice as well, so I've taped up, just using some tape, any areas that you don't want painted, so whether it's anywhere there's a connection or a screw point, you obviously don't want any paint going inside the header tank. So for the paint itself, we're using VHT high temperature Wrinkle Plus paint. It's perfect for the job. It's what we've used on many cars and many parts over the years. Really easy to apply as long as you follow the simple steps. So obviously we've already prepped the surface, cleaned it all down so it's ready to go, masked up any areas that we don't want paint to apply to, and then what we're going to do is just give the can a good shake for a minute at least. Okay, so that's all nicely mixed now, and what you have to do is follow the instructions on the back of the can, but basically you need to do 3 thick coats of paint on it, going horizontally, then vertically, and then diagonally. So we'll start off with the horizontal spray first of all, coating the top and as much as we can. So first of all we're going to go across with our horizontal spray and hold it sort of 8 to 10 inches away. Get plenty of paint on it. Just go all the way around in a thick coat as described, making sure you cover as much as you can. You can see we've got pretty decent coverage on that first coat, and what you need to do is give that 5 minutes to dry before you apply the next coat, which will be your horizontal coat. Okay, so now that's had 5 minutes to dry, we'll go with our vertical spray now. So let's go around the back there, just get the bits underneath. As you can see, it's quite a thick layer of paint going on. So again, we need to leave that for 5 minutes to dry before we do our third and final coat. Okay, so now that's had another 4 minutes to dry. What we can do is apply our final coat, which is more of a diagonal. You can see actually on this side here, may not pick up on camera, it's already starting to wrinkle with the sun shining on that side, but let's just do a bit of a diagonal coating now to make sure we've got all those areas that we may have missed the previous coats. And what we'll do, give that another couple of minutes to dry, and then we're going to go in with the heat gun. And what the heat gun will do is helps with that wrinkling process. So you can leave it out in the sun and allow the heat from the sun to do it, but it's been more effective when I've done it previously, where we just get the heat gun, apply gentle heat to it, so not too much, you don't want to get it too hot, and you'll start to see the paint start to turn like a matte colour and then start to wrinkle. But again, like I say, don't get the heat too close to it and get it too hot. Just trying to help speed up that process with the wrinkle. Right, so all we're going to do now is take our heat gun, put it on the lowest setting, start start to blow the heat over it. Don't keep it in one place, just keep the heat gun moving, not too high and not too close. It may take a few minutes before it starts to turn and starts to wrinkle, but you don't want to rush the process by putting too much heat on too quickly. And you'll start to see slowly the paint is starting to wrinkle now and go matte finish. You can see the wrinkles are starting to come out. And you can see there, just on the top, it's gone nice and wrinkly already, so that's perfect. So let's just do around the edges as well, so we get a nice even wrinkle all the way around. You see, not keeping it in one spot for long, keep the heat gun moving. Side. You're already starting to get that nice wrinkle finish you were after. You can see as well, the Forge logo is actually showing through the wrinkle, which is a nice touch. Wasn't sure whether we'd lose that or not. That seems to have worked really well. And before we shot this video, I did actually do the bottom half of the tank as well. So the underneath is already coated, but sitting on the cardboard at the moment and already has the wrinkle finish. I'll take you in for a close-up. You should be able to see now that wrinkle finish. It's come through really well. So what we need to do is give that a few hours to dry so the paint goes off and solid before we start handling it, and then we can peel off all the tape, etc. Right, another tip as well with your can is when you finish doing is actually turn it upside down and spray until that spray comes out clear and no more paint's coming out. That'll stop your nozzle getting all blocked up with paint and drying in the nozzle. Make sure you can use it again and again until you run out. Okay, what I like to do as well is just try and not handle it too much, but where we've applied tape is just try and peel that off before the product's cured too much, just so you don't risk the chance of peeling off any of the paint. So just try and remove the tape that's been applied. So just continuing to peel that off. You can see a nice break there between the polished finish underneath, and that's where obviously your pipe work's going to join. So I like to keep that just nice and clear from a painted surface. Again, just being careful not to handle the painted finish just yet. It's just a little bit too early to do that. And voila. All done.